What is going on, guys? Welcome to the show early today. I was like, I don't know if people are going to show up, but maybe if we stream it, they will come. So, lots of stuff going on here tonight. We've got a pay-per-view coming up. It was actually supposed to be right now. It didn't work out. Game did its funny little glitch thing. So, after these next two episodes, we should, maybe 3 episodes to be fair. I don't know. I think we've got another thing coming up as well. The Wednesday Night Wars. That's probably coming up also. But tonight, we're going to get a little bit of a preview of what Rage in the Cage, the very next pay-per-view, is going to look like. Going to be absolutely crazy. What's going on, Beast? Welcome to the show. Prime time buying this ticket and buying it early. Welcome to the show, brother. Digital Dogs making the lives. I was hoping if I went a little bit earlier, Digital will be able to make the lives. So, welcome to the show, brother. Guys, too, make sure, and I'm going to do it right now while we're kind of talking through this, but make sure you get on there, like, subscribe, send out the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live, share the video. That's the part I'm going to do right now. Typically, I'm getting in here and I keep forgetting to share my own video. You know what I mean? And then people are like, hey, didn't even know you went live. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I messed that up. So, what we're going to do right now, I'm going to get on here and share my own video. That way everybody knows where we're at. But lots of stuff going on. This first one is going to be a preview of what we can expect at Rage in the Cage. They're all going to be some kind of steel cage matches. There will be titles on the line in that pay-per-view from both sides, from Monday Night Meltdown. Remember, you know, these pay-per-views, those are the opportunities we get to kind of wrestle against the other brands, show who's who, show what's what. So definitely want to make sure that we tune in for that. We got a lot of stuff, man. A lot of titles have been changing hands here recently, and it's kind of the stuff that we've wanted to see. What if we gave some of the upcomers a chance? What would happen? Well, they're showing us what would happen right now. Almost there. Almost got it all shared out. Almost got it all done. One more place to share it out to, and then we will be rolling. With the show. So, lots of cool stuff going on. Lots of uniform changes. But we're going to see that steel cage here tonight. We're going to see. Now, look, we know, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this. We know, yeah, Totes My Goats is the owner of the company. But we also know that he does not exactly manage the day-to-day stuff. There are people behind the scenes managing the day-to-day. We don't even know who they are. Even when Frankie Two Fingers did the interview to make sure I could continue doing the announcing job, it was done over the phone, so nobody quite knows the identity of the managers. But Toast My Goat's starting to really look at some things. Oh, Witcher's buying all the tickets. She said, forget it. Let's just hit the thing. Let's keep these shows rolling and buying all the tickets right now. So Witcher crushing it right now. Just hit the goal overall. So hats off to Witcher. Thanks for doing that. Really, really appreciate it. Witcher, a huge part of the community. So very cool of her to buy all these tickets for everybody here tonight. But it looks like Totes is starting to test some of the different wrestlers. Tonight looks like he's going to be testing Johnny C. We've got a big battle coming up in a crossover episode with the SSU. So it's going to be really interesting to see who goes into this. As we start to explain it more, there is a lot of strategy on the part of TCW. There's going to be a lot of strategy on the part of SSU. Who do you put in that match? You want the match to go well. But the people that go up, their contracts also going to be on the line. So it's going to be crazy. Definitely going to see that. 4-way table elimination match. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Witcher, Heather D, Diamond Santos and Angela Starr are going to be in on this. And because Vipiro Jr. just won the the Outbreak World title, the Outlaw titles are going to be moved to the Meltdown brand. So he is going to be forced to vacate this title. They are going to fight for it here tonight. But you can look right now. There are some SSU wrestlers that are in this match that will have the ability to win the TCU Special Series title. So absolutely crazy. We're going to have a tag team match here tonight. SSU going after the United States Tag Team Championship titles. So can Chili and Digital fend those guys off? Then we got Penny and a brand new look of Lady Rock coming out. Going to be facing the New World Order for the women's. New look for Melinda G here tonight. And Repentia going to face off almost like in a dream match, really. These two going to be going at it. Big time brawlers. Boom. Going to try to bring the United States title back to the TCW right now. JP with the title belt. And then Jay Savage and the current world champion in the Meltdown show, Drew Hawthorne, going to be facing off in a match. No title belt on the line, but could that change in the future? Definitely going to have to wait and see. But let's get this thing going. This is going to be a big deal. So, Tornado tag team match inside a cage. 2 out of 3 falls. So you can pin, you can submit your guy, but there is nowhere to hide. You are going to be in that cage and you are going to be fighting. What is going on? Iffy, welcome to the show. And you look at the guys that could possibly do this. Prime Time buying more tickets. Really appreciate that, brother. Prime Time bought his own ticket and then he bought somebody else a ticket.
The following contest is a tag team steel cage match. And at a combined weight of 429 pounds, see Al Davis and Kid T. Watson, the Hit Squad.
Hit Squad, we talked about these guys. They have been one of the longest reigning tag team partners in a long time. You look at, on the women's side, the original from episode 1, Mimi and Phoenix. But then the next one, you look at Cecil and Kempty, and then you look at Milkman and SC Jumpman, the Maniacs. Now, the Maniacs were together, but there used to be another wrestler.
And at a combined weight of 457 pounds, Kid Ray and James Emerson, the Bar.
Man, we started talking about cage matches. These guys couldn't wait to get down. They're like, we don't even know if we're going to be, but they're like, hey, they just left the Irish pub, and now they're going to be in a cage match fight. Sounds like a good night for Kedry and Jameson Emerald. And is it any coincidence his name is Jameson? He's Irish, his name is Jameson. I'm just saying, is there a coincidence there? But you can see right now, there is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide. You can't jump out of the ring. You can't get out of the way. You're going to be in the middle of it. You're going to be doing the fighting. And it is 2 out of 3 falls, so it's also not going to be an oopsies. There's not going to be a whoopsie-daisy in this match. You might get the one oopsie-daisy, like you get the pin and something went down, but that is not the end. You got to prove it. You know what I mean? It's just like a good game of horse. Yeah, you might win, but then you got to prove it. And there might be things when you look at these matches where, yeah, maybe it's a tornado tag match, best 2 out of 3 falls, where if the cage wasn't around there, you could get out and you could kind of isolate and possibly get a pin in, possibly get a submission in before the other guy, depending on how far he is away, but you're not that far away at all. So it's all right there in the middle. So both these teams love to fight. Both these teams love to brawl. And then you wonder, they're pretty innovative in their movesets. So what kind of things are we going to see here? Kipty now going up to that top rope. Oh! I thought he was going to go up to the top of the cage, but instead, notices Kedry getting back up to his feet. Maybe Cecil hollered out at him, said, hey, he's getting up. So wisely getting back down, staying in control. And what a powerful clothesline that was right there. It absolutely did. I'm telling you guys, so it is possible to do super thanks and sped just to call it out. We just saw Witcher buying her ticket, 50, and buying a lot of people's ticket, you know, putting that $50 in there. We saw Prime Time, he's put $2 in there. Sped went and found a video because you can't do it after a live stream. So he went and he found another video, one of our singles videos that we release out every single day. And Cecil getting the first pin on these guys, pinning Jameson. So they are up 1-0. If they can get the next pin, they will win. But Sped went out, found a video, and put a $100 super thing. So Sped also buying a lot of people's tickets here tonight. And look at that. The Hit Squad showing you why they've been around for so long.
Here are your winners. C. Al Davis and Kid T. Watson. The Hit Squad.
Yeah, what's funny, if you start watching this later, you can only put super thanks on videos. So if you watch this later, it's still considered a live stream, even though we're not live. So, and think about this, Digital, back to the match and back to your point. Pretty fast, a lot faster than I thought. But that match, as fast as it was, still a 3.5-star match. That is crazy. There's going to be, and I'm telling you, there's going to be some matches tonight that aren't so fast. So we will definitely take what we can get somewhere and sometimes in the fast department. But yeah, they will always count this as a live stream. So even if it's not live and you're watching it later and you're like, oh man, I want to drop a super thanks, you got to go find a video. So every day we release the singles videos, so you can always go there if you want to do it that way as well. If you miss the live stream, you're like, hey man, let me buy my ticket also. So another way to do it, we figured that out. But a super thanks going out to Sped. I mean, that's huge. Huge.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the War Raiders from every man's nightmare, weighing in at 258 pounds, Tonio McGriff.
Yeah, the new, I do too. I really like the new outfit. I think we're getting, as far as Iffy's look, I think we're getting dialed closer and closer into it. We'll see what happens tonight, but should be interesting. But look, Totes right now going and really testing some of the wrestlers in the TCW. He's got to know when we go to battle. And it's going to be a long battle, guys. You think about what's going on right now. We're getting into the holiday season, so things will slow down. There'll be a time where TCW's offline for about 2 weeks because I'll be out of town. But the drama won't slow down. The drama will keep going and keep building. But we already know this could take multiple pay-per-views.
And his opponent from Philadelphia, weighing in at 205 pounds, Italian Stallion Chun-Li.
But this could take multiple pay-per-views to figure out what's going on. We know at least it's going to take 2. In the next one, not TCW pay-per-view, but crossover TCW SSU pay-per-view event, it is going to be a Royal Rumble where 15 members of the SSU will go up against 15 members of the TCW. And that's the other thing. Like, we can pick sides right now. We could be like, oh yeah, Frankie Two Fingers, we want to go to the SSU. That's fine. But if you're in that Royal Rumble, your contract is on the line. If another TCW wrestler eliminates you, that means your contract is safe. But if you get eliminated by an SSU member, that means your contract is on the line in another pay-per-view event. So, big business, big things going on. I'm telling you, you should probably reach out to management if you're in both shows, even some of you that aren't, and say, hey, I would like to fight for TCW, or hey man, keep me out of it. I don't want my contract on the line. Doesn't mean it won't be, doesn't mean it will be, but you might want to reach out, let your intentions be known. Easiest way to do that is out on the Discord. There are links in from Nightbot, so click on that, get in our Discord. Great community to become a part of. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about with the SSU, I'm going to put a link to Solo's channel right there. Go check him out. But look at this. You want to talk about somebody's like pretty new in our universe, Johnny C, going up against a 6-time world champion. 6-time world champion, and he is in there right now holding his own, doing his thing, controlling, and this is the kind of things that I would imagine Totes is looking for. Like, who can get in the ring and who can meet the moments, you know what I mean? Because there's 2 different ways to look at this. You can be like, I don't want my best 15 guys or my best 30 guys or my bottom 15 guys are going to be in that Rumble. But is that the smartest move? I don't think so. Yeah, the bloody gumdrop. One of the best named finishing moves that we've got in our universe. But is that the best strategy to have? Be like, oh yeah, the bottom 15 guys go. It's almost like sending 15 lambs to the slaughter, you know what I mean? If they send their best 15 guys. So that's not what we need. We need people that can protect the TCW. And yeah, there's a lot of risk involved in that, but it's definitely, yeah, Witcher definitely made her thoughts known, which has helped develop the storyline even more. And could there be some other middle ground? We don't know. All we know right now is there will be contracts on the line. We will be figuring some stuff out one way or the other. And whatever it is, we're going to be fighting for it. Whatever it is, they're going to be fighting for it. Now, this is part of it right here for anybody that's got in the ring with Totes. Like, it's not an easy road to hoe most of the time. We've seen a couple other things. And remember, Totes is the one guy. What is going on? Pretty sure that's JW Caliber right there. Could be wrong. I think South Texas Sally and JW Caliber. But oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, I didn't even think about it that way, too. And look at this, though. Johnny C getting around, getting the stuff, getting ready, trying to put Totes in the old Hucklebuck. Look at the state of that move. That is an absolutely crazy finishing move. And somehow Totes finds a way to kick out. Totes, though, trying to get back up to his feet. Having to use the ropes. Johnny getting the crowd fired up. And Totes, not the most liked guy on the Meltdown brand. For reasons. You gotta realize Totes is the one that brought the NWO. Totes is the one that brought the TWO. Totes was a member of the Horsemen. It's not like these groups are like, oh yeah, all sunshines and pansies, you know what I mean? Nice. Well, welcome to the stream, JW Caliber. Witcher and Sped have been buying tickets. Prime Time has been buying tickets. Like, people have been buying tickets for the show. But yeah, you guys definitely want to go check out Solos because his episodes have some of you guys in it. His episodes have some TCW wrestlers in it. We're fighting back over there doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing over here. Tonight, the SSU having the opportunity to get one of our TCW Special Series title belts. Will they be able to do it? Extraction incoming. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, little tip of the hat to Johnny C.
Here is your winner, Tonio McGrill.
We've seen Totes come in and absolutely destroy some of the newer wrestlers. Just come in there and monkey stomp and you know, be over and they be squash matches. That was nut. Matter of fact, Johnny C took some of the best punches. Like, he got out, he was doing his thing, controlling the match. Totes turned it around for a little bit. Johnny C then takes some of his best shots, still finds a way to kick out, and then get back in control of the match. And then Totes doing what Totes does. You shouldn't take, I'm just telling you, if you guys are wrestling and you're wrestling Totes, if it was Frankie Two Fingers, I would not take Totes outside that ring. But Totes got outside the ring. Johnny went to pursue him. He should have stayed in. And then Totes took advantage of that and then found a way to get that win. So, but again, I don't think Totes is looking for, like, who's winning and who's losing now. I don't know what exactly he's looking for, but I would think that Johnny C just showed him something right there. But going back to this, because we're about to witness an absolutely brutal match. Witcher also having a new look in there as well. But getting back, and I used to ask, when I was in the Army, I used to ask my soldiers this question. And it's a question of leadership, and I think that's what Totes is doing right now with the roster of the TCW.
The is a fatal four-way tables match. Making her way to the ring from Birmingham, Alabama, Angela Starman.
Bark Squad in full effect. But it's something I used to ask my soldiers. If you needed a job done, if you were in war and you had to go blow up a bridge, you had to drop that bridge. The bad guys are advancing, and if they get across that bridge, everybody's going to die. You also have to retreat. Like, we have to fall back. And we can only leave one guy in our squad to push the button. And the guy almost certainly is going to die. There's almost zero chance. There's like maybe a 2% chance that a really, really good soldier could maybe, like if some lucky things happen, but maybe he could get out of there. Very knowledgeable person. But it's only a 2% chance.
From Queens, New York, Diamond Santos.
Who do you send? Do you send the lowest private to push the button? Do you send your team leader maybe to push a button? Do you send the driver of a tracked vehicle to push the button? Do you send the squad leader in to push the button? Do you send your best soldier in to push the button? The number 2, number 3, number 4? Who do you send in? Almost always people are like, oh, 2% chance. You gotta send in the lowest guy. I'm like, I'm sending my best guy. My best guy is gonna push the button. Number 1, if this mission doesn't get done, if somebody doesn't push the button, everybody dies. Number 1. Number 2, I don't want to send anybody necessarily to. I'm going to give whoever it is the best shot at making it out. So I'm sending the best. Oh, look at this. That is the SSU.
And from the Queen City, the Universal Women's World Champion and the Women's Internet's Triple Crown Cruiserweight Champion, the Witch, Tony Cox.
She is our Universal World Champion and the SSU's Triple Crown Champion, bringing both belts down to the ring right now, but getting ready to get into a crazy table match. But yeah, so I'm sending my best. That answer is going to vary for everyone. But you got to have your reasoning. But I'll tell you one thing that you couldn't do is send somebody that you don't have faith could at least complete the mission. You're talking hundreds and thousands of lives on the line. That button's going to get pushed. I've had some people say, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stay back, and I'm going to be the one.
Representing the NWO from Spokane, Washington, the X Factor, Heather.
You could do that. You could say that, but I don't think that's good leadership. I would never do anything. I would never tell anybody. It's not that I wouldn't do it. That would be the first thing I would want to do. No, I got it. You guys go. But if I've got to make sure everybody gets back, falls back to the right position, I've got to make sure hundreds or thousands, or in my case, my platoon, I got to make sure that they make it to where they're going. More lives on the line right there. I've got to trust somebody that I've trained can do the job. And I'm going to send the best. Whoever I believe the best is. The other stuff I'll figure out. So yeah, is that what Totes is doing? Trying to find that medium ground. Oh! Oh! We have seen a match end like that. Well, not end. It would have ended the match, but would have been elimination. Remember, this is a 4-way table elimination match. That means 3 of the ladies in this match right now are going through a table. The only way out of a match, going through a table. And you're looking at some of the toughest ladies on the planet. We have seen people accidentally go through tables on a throw like that. Had Angela Starr been a little farther over, she might have gone through that table. Witcher, though, not wanting to go through the table. Heather picked it up, and she was like, no way, Angela sneaking around back. We're also doing something, guys, and this is amazing. This is about to be amazing. I am figuring out right now, for real, by season, people's real win and loss records. Meaning, I'm going to figure out the number of people you've pinned. Oh! Oh! They didn't count that? I have never seen them not count something. Diamond Santos just went through that table. Witcher just kicked her through the table, and it didn't count. Now I'm starting to wonder if it'll work. Heather must be wondering the same thing. She sat there and she watched it. She sat there and watched Witcher kick Diamond Santos through that table. But the referee allowing Diamond Santos to stay in the match. Now, you know, there has been rumors that Diamond Santos was somehow tied to the underworld, maybe even running her own little mafia gambit. But we don't know. Maybe Diamond Santos paying off the referees. Now, I don't know how much money that would take to keep doing it, but we just saw her go through a table. So, and the other interesting thing we want to point out in this match is you're starting to see the transformation of Witcher. Witcher making it known that, hey, if she has a choice, yeah, she wants to stay in the TCW. She wants to stay where the roots are. Are any of us going to have that choice? We don't know. But once she started to make that decision, all of a sudden it's starting to look like the powers of the Witcher may be coming back. Once Witcher started to embrace the Witcher side, starting to come back. What? One good table deserves another. Diamond Santos picks up Witcher, throws her on top of the table that should have broke, and it didn't. You want to start talking about the powers of the Witcher coming back. You know, there's other people in other places, like in the SSU, that think they understand the dark arts of the magic, the dark arts of the Witcher power. And I don't think they fully understand, and maybe even Witcher doesn't fully understand the power she has, because right there should have went through that table and somehow didn't. And look at that! Witcher gets back to her feet. Heather goes to set up a table, and Witcher stops it from happening. Oh, now there's all kinds of tables up. All kinds of people want to hold tables. All kinds of people want to do stuff. What is going on? ESMU, welcome to the show. Hey, ESMU, are you Kyle Graves? ESMW, not you. ESMW. Heather looks like she's out on this table right now. And look, Witcher just doing the things. Just, you know, maybe a hurricane run to here, maybe a, you know, float on top of a table there. Just, you know, whatevs. Right here is where you can kind of make some inroads. Like if you're in the ring, you got 3 tables around you. You could have somebody down on the ground. So Witcher right now putting her in the Witch's Brew, kind of locking it in. No, and I absolutely respect that, Digital. Look, you can hear Heather is tapping out right now. You can hear her tapping out. But that isn't how you get out of this match. The only way out of a match is through a table. You gotta go through a table. Guys, while we got the opportunity, like, share, subscribe. All of that really matters. And it's all free. Heck, you could buy a membership for $2.99 a month. That's almost free. That's very close to being free. But subscribing is free. Liking the video, that is free. Making a profile for YouTube so you can subscribe, free. What is going to happen? Are they going to go over the top of the table? No! They do not go over the top of the table. Diamond Santos in dramatic fashion putting out Angela Starr. And then there were 3. You want to talk about where things really now start to get interesting. Let's do it with 3. What is going on, James Luna? Welcome to the show. Nice, James. It's always funny, too, the guys that say that are also here watching. Like, good job. Good job, James. Diamond Santos now trying to do it again, but Witcher stopping her and putting her up against the thing. Now, Heather has built a little table thing all around her. Oh, I wasn't even going to delete it because I thought the message was so stupid that it just made him look worse than anybody else. Look, Heather tapping out again, but again, that is not how you get out of this match. Diamond Santos now trying to set up, trying to kind of knock the energy out of there. Trying to dominate. Heather getting back up. Witcher back up pretty quick, though. Witcher up a lot quicker than I would have thought she would have been. And remember, Heather's the leader of the TWO, so comes like small package, but a big-time wrestler. Heather, can she put it on her? And remember, Heather's got one of those weird finishers, like I think there's 2 of them, but once she puts it on you, I'm pretty sure she gets it back. But look at what is going on, just to show you the brutality of a match like that. Well, he's here watching it too at the end of the day, Digital. That's what's funny about it. That is the funniest part of it. Now these women, and they know that on the inside of the ring, that's where some things can start to go the wrong way. Is that why they're trying to stay on the outside? But look, Heather's bringing the tables to the outside now. She's like, hey, if you think it's only on the outside, let me show you something real quick. Is Witcher going to use this table, set it up here on the outside, and try to end somebody's night or put it in the ring? Well, Heather's like, forget it, I'll put you in the ring. She now looks like she's going for the table. Diamond Santos don't see what's happening, but now Heather's going to slide that in the ring. It would have been interesting to see them set up a table now on the outside. So now they've got them on the inside, they got them on the outside. Diamond, though, seeing what's going on with that table, not having it. And you look at that steel cage match, would have thought it'd taken a long time. Didn't. These table matches, though, however, you really got to be looking out for it. You know what I mean? These table matches could take a very long time. Man, Heather actually coming up with some moves I have not seen her pull off in quite some time. Haven't seen her do. Could there be some new stuff going on? Now starting to use the ring to her advantage. Sets it up, but will Diamond Santos knock it down? Oh! What? There are two different table eliminations now that we have seen that I have not seen in a match. I knew they were possible. I've seen them in play testing, but I've never seen them on a live show. One where they pick somebody up away from the table, then walk them to the table. I've seen them try it, never seen them do it. Look at the absolute carnage in the ring. How can you even tell which tables are which at this point? Which tables are good and which tables are bad, we don't even know. But we saw for a long time what Witcher did. I've never seen somebody get thrown on top of a table and the table not break. The table just, the legs fold. No elimination. I've never seen somebody go through a table. Witcher put Diamond Santos through a table. She had to have paid the refs. The refs are like, hey, I don't see nothing. Oh, I don't see nothing. And let Diamond Santos stay in. Diamond Santos has gone on to table two of the ladies. Can she do the trifecta? Can she get all three ladies through the table, or is Heather going to find a way to win? But look, and this goes back to the brutality of this match. Both of these wrestlers, Witcher included, all three of them, bodies bruised, beaten, battered, like they've been putting in the work right here. Diamond Santos now bringing Heather over to the table and trying to end it, but Heather says, no ma'am. Not only are you not going to end it, oh! There was a chance that move, because that move will go sideways where Heather might have just put her back through a table. But Diamond Santos going after it again. Can she get it? No! Well, maybe not. Heather fights her way through it once again. And Diamond Santos not going to give up. Diamond Santos not having it, and Heather not having it. Both of these ladies absolutely getting after it. And is the table in a position that if Heather were to take her to the top rope that it would even break? I don't think it would. I don't think they would hit the table. Yeah, the whole mat is nothing but tables. Table dunnage, table carnage. Now Heather's going to try it. Heather's going to try to do what Diamond Santos hasn't been able to do. And she does it! You look at the number of times Heather should have gone through a table.
Here is your winner, the X Factor. Dr. Heather.
You look at the number of times Heather should have gone through a table. It is crazy. 4 times in a row. Should have went through a table. Somehow fought her way out of it to put Diamond Santos back through that table. Absolutely crazy. Hey, look, I'm telling you too, you put there's a couple of different people, like, if you ever watch, Totes cannot wrestle in specialty matches, does not do well, doesn't win them. I don't care if they're ambulance, I don't care what they are, just does not do well in them. So no shame in that. And then there's some people, you look at Mimi, she holds all the special series women's belts. She's about, though, to be stripped of the title because the women's Outlaw Championship will move also to the Meltdown brand.
The following is a gauntlet eliminator match. The rules of the match are as follows. 2 superstars will start in...
We know the rules of the match, guy. Get the competitors down to the ring. Now, the crazy thing about this match is, remember this, even though there will be 8 competitors...
And representing the Infiltrators from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 269 pounds, Lord Arthur Stevenson.
Even though there are 8 people in this match, no more than 4 people at a time can be in the match. Crazy. Yeah, no title belts were on the line in that match, in the table match. No title belts on the line. There is on this one, though, Vipiro, the current Outlaw champion, having to vacate the title after winning the World Championship. But look, for about a week, he got to hold on to 3 title belts. I wish the game would let you walk down to the ring with 3 title belts. Oh, that'll be a good fight, though, Digital. That'll be a good fight. And here's the thing, you know, it's easy to do, like, doing crossovers isn't easy. You've never seen other promotions do it. So you've seen another promotion try and it failed miserably. So doing crossover events the way we're doing them right now between the SSU, not normal. Not easy to do. But the issue is, the LTD is 100 years in the future, so you wouldn't be able, like, we're the ancestors of the LTD right now.
And
think about
from
that.
Outlaw, weighing in at 273 pounds, Jake.
The only one that could be the same guy technically would be Digital Dogs. Digital, like, did he go full AI? We know he's part human flesh, part machine, but did his consciousness maybe go full AI, and maybe he is more robotic or more computerized than we thought? Or did Digital create another version of himself as the other one was powering down, and maybe it's on the 3rd version? Maybe in the SSU, he's on version 3, 100 years in the future. You know what I mean? Like, but the rest of us, it's our ancestors. It's like, you know, the totes there, the totes you're seeing here is maybe his great-great-grandpa. You know what I mean? So definitely not the same people. You could even change the names of the people technically. And then in your videos be like, yeah, I'm related to Belinda. I'm related to Melinda, who used to be a wrestler back in the day, you know? But yeah, doing a crossover event with the LTD is almost impossible because of the actual time difference of when they're happening. Oh, yeah, maybe Witcher too. Maybe that's a thing where Witcher maybe is going back and forth. She's got a storyline that it would line up with. We absolutely know it. But look, if I was going to face off against somebody in the SSU, like I had my choice, the Lord would be the one, you know, Frankie Two Fingers would not want to be facing off against. So you're looking at the Lord, you're looking at Jake Plague now going after it. Jake Plague getting a shot recently at the world title shot. Now, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about because I don't think I talked about it enough. I don't think people realized enough. But for the last about 4 to 6 episodes, Drew Hawthorne, our Meltdown champion, has been injured. Everybody else who has ever been injured, remember back when Eagle Star was injured, when he tried to defend the title belt injured, he lost the title belt. Everybody who's tried to defend the title belt injured has lost it. Drew Hawthorne defended the title belt 3 times injured. After the last title defense, the doctors finally cleared him and gave him the clean bill of health. Now that's crazy. Welcome back, Beast. Now you think about how brutal this match is, and here comes another member. Now we know who it is. We know it's R2K, but another member siding with the SSU. And look, I don't say any of that negative, like, oh, they're on the side of the SSU, blah, 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 right? At the end of the day, we saw wrestlers between WCW and WWE and AWE and ECW changing promotions all the time. This is a gauntlet eliminator match, and not like most gauntlet eliminator matches you know. This will end up being one of the most brutal matches you ever see. This is the hardest title in the TCW to win. Look at the state of that. 5 gifted memberships coming from the Witcher. Hats off to her. Mojo, a wrestler. I believe Mojo is TJ Mitchell in our universe. What? This isn't even a table match, but the Lord, after watching a table match, said, hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this right now and put a guy through a table? Pete Scott getting a gifted membership directly from the Witcher. You know, these memberships might have a little spell on them, you know what I mean? Sentinel, huge part of the community, getting a gifted membership from the Witcher. The official Volcano 6000 on YouTube getting a gifted membership from the Witcher. The champ, KJ Bott. Hopefully that's a real person getting a gifted membership from the Witcher. Those gifted memberships aren't free either. Like Totes gives away free gifted memberships. These are not free. So big thanks going out to Witcher for that. Big part of the community. Now Blackheart, a 2-time TCW World Champion in the ring as well. And it's funny because you see, like, yeah, even though these guys are in the SSU, but they're going to fight each other. Yeah, Lord British would be the guy I would not want to fight. Like, if I had my druthers, if I could pick who I'm going to fight or not going to fight, I probably wouldn't go up against the Lord. You know what I mean? Well, Lord British is a bit of a beast, but you are the beast. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. One, and only a 1 count. Now, nobody else is going to join this match until somebody's eliminated. That's what makes this gauntlet match so hard. Yes, it is an 8-person gauntlet match. Yes, it is an 8-person gauntlet match, but only 4 people can be in the ring. So the 4 that are here. Now, if you go all the way back, remember, hardest championship to win. I didn't even think it was possible to do this. But if you remember, R2K won this title belt from the #1 position, and he was the one that pinned or submitted all 7 people. So it wasn't like it was an oopsies. He beat all 7 people in this match. So starting from the 1 position, we know it is absolutely possible to win. And I think at the end of the day, even though the Lord Arthur Stevenson wasn't here, we know he watched. We know he saw it, and that's probably why he's going after him.
A combatant has been eliminated.
Jake Plague probably going after Blackheart because he knows he's a 2-time world champion. Wanting to prove that, yeah, he might have lost his championship title bid to Drew Hawthorne, but wanting to prove that, look, he can beat world champions. So Jake Plague trying to spread the plague and get things going. What is going on, Dark Champ? KJ Bot, welcome to the show, brother. You got a membership gifted to you by The Witcher. So hats off to The Witcher. You know, the song goes, toss a coin to your Witcher, O Valley of Plenty. But Witcher's the one tossing coins around, you know what I mean? The irony of that is not lost on me either. So who is going to be the next person to come into this match? Oh, Jake Plague. Look, this is an SSU guy, even though, like, why would he stop him from pinning him? Now, I'm not saying the Lord's not going to kick out of it. Look, the Lord doesn't care. The Lord is like, he's off the chain. He doesn't care who's in front of him. I don't even know if the Lord officially, even though he fights for the SSU, I don't even know if he sees colors like, oh, this guy's SSU, that guy's TCW. I think the Lord just sees, oh, this guy's in front of me, must smash. Kind of like the Hulk. You know what I mean? Must break things. Like he doesn't see in any other way. It's like R2K has been like, hey, guy, I'm trying. Like, I haven't really been fighting back too much. I've been trying to, like, save the energy, you know? But it hasn't been going that way. And R2K with a big slam right there. Oh! Hits the Lord. Says, no, let me get this pin. And Jake Plague finds a way to kick out in 2. I think Jake Plague's like, man, I really want to throw somebody. Oh! Jake says, ah! And he's going to hit him. And then R2K's like, I'm not going to get too excited about this, but I'm not going to let you hit me. So competitor number 5 getting ready to come down that ramp, and it is GC Rock now making his way down the ramp. And we know there is no love lost between the Lord Arthur Stevenson and GC Rock. These two have been going after each other for quite some time. Will that mean now R2K and Jake Plague focus more on each other? Look at the Lord trying to put G out right now. 1. G able to kick out in 1. R2K trying to end the night of Jake Plague right here. He's hit him with this before, but can he hit him? Will the gunner put him out this time? And it does. And it does finally. G, and look, it's like G and the Lord are like, R2K, stop getting in the middle here. G goes and gets a stop sign. Gets him, trying to tell him to stop in the name of wrestling before he breaks his skull. You know what I mean? What is going on, Jake Bagwell? Welcome to the show. Yeah, we've been drinking tea at night here recently, me and my wife. I try not to spill the tea, you know what I mean? I just try to drink it. And this is starting to remind me a little bit, like, don't get me wrong, and R2K has been taking a lot of punishment, but this is starting to remind me of the time where he ends up winning from that top spot. It wasn't that he was dominating these wrestlers. And I think R2K has realized that if he's going to win this title belt back, if he's going to win back the Outlaw Championship, he's going to have to get the Lord out of this match. Oh, pile driver. And remember, everything intensified on the outside of the ring. G stopping him from getting hit in the head with that baseball bat. Nice, I drink bourbon. I used to drink beer all the time, and now I pretty much drink bourbon. Look at the Lord. Huge. Blackpool slam right there. 1, 2, 3.
Has been eliminated.
And the Lord pinning R2K, getting him out of here. That's something I gotta fix too. Like, sometimes I don't. Well, it did not last long. It didn't last long, but you knew GC Rock and the Lord wanted to fight it out, but Logan Windsor now the 6th wrestler to enter into this match. And Logan wisely taking his time. We've seen Logan do a lot of smart wrestling, but look at the size. I don't think people realize necessarily the size of Logan. Yeah, he might be a newcomer, but the size is absolutely crazy. And don't forget, the Lord started at the number 1 spot in this match, and he is still in this match. So the Lord trying to become only the 2nd guy to ever do it. And Mongolian chops, holy Moses, taking those chops right to the house. G trying to end his night right here. And these guys, a lot of back and forth. We have seen the Lord get the best of G. We've seen G get the best of the Lord. Logan Windsor. That is a huge slam out there. And again, you know, the pads are on the outside, very thin rubber pad, and he has been slamming them down on top of what looks like that chair right there. And know that even if you step back and look at the gamerisms, it does more damage even getting thrown onto a weapon. The weapon's physics improved in 2K25. Yeah, Prime Time, another huge part of this community. We've got an amazing community. And our community has spilled out into other communities, which has been another really big thing I never thought would happen. You saw we just went over 1,500 subscribers, I think, yesterday. So the community is growing. It's a great thing to see, and it is growing in other communities as well. It's almost like a tree, putting the branches and putting the roots in there. And G finally caught the Lord riding dirty, and GC Rock goes back up on the Lord. Tried to put Logan Windsor out before whoever is coming down the ring. We can't see who it is just yet, but walking down, and it is Matt Storm, number 7. And there is a spot for the last one, so in 2 minutes we will see the last person come in. What is going on, Prime? Or Jamar Games, welcome to the show. Yeah, end of the day, that's what it's all about. End of the day. And if you're a creator and have ever reached out to me, you know I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Matt Storm, another one where not many people have been able to do this, but step in and have an immediate impact. But Matt Storm found a way to kind of circumvent the system, got himself a world title shot, and then won the world title, like, in record time. Now wanting to prove that he has got what it takes to win the Outlaw World Championship. Well, not World Championship, but the Outlaw Championship. This title belt is, again, it's the most brutal, so even though it's not like a world title, and because it is in the TCW Special Series brand of titles, you know, people are like, oh, it's a lesser title. I guarantee you, the guys in the back, the women in the back, you carry around that Outlaw title belt, it has been a gateway to the world title. Vipiro, who has won the Outbreak world title, having to vacate this title belt because we're moving the Outlaw Championship to Meltdown. We're moving the Survival titles to Outbreak. So having to vacate the title, but a world champion. You know, you go down the list of Outbreak champions, and it starts becoming like a who's who in wrestling. Like, yeah, it's a Special Series title belt. I got it, but it is not for the faint of heart. And now Miguel Morales coming in at the last spot. So one of these 4 wrestlers are going to win the Outlaw World Championship, or I keep saying World Championship. That's how big it is, but the Outlaw Championship. But you have Bruning, who won and defended it. You have R2K, who won and defended it. You have 2-time world champion Blackheart, who won it. You have Brooklyn Jokers, who won it. You have Vipiro, who won it. And now you're going to have one of these 4 guys also to win it. Now, you look at it and you think about, imagine you've got GC Rock world champion. You got Matt Storm, world champion. You have Logan. Oh, the Rockopotamus gets broken up by Matt Storm. And a huge clothesline for GC Rock's troubles. Matt now trying to go for the pin. One. And only a 1 count. But look, Logan moving a little bit slower. Matt Storm trying to put Logan on his back. Miguel Morales wisely waiting. And all these moves again on the outside. It's like double your pleasure, double the fun. Oh! I don't think either one of them realized where they were going, but Miguel absolutely knew where he was going now. Gonna try to take Matt Storm up to the top, or I thought he was. Matt Storm fighting through it though. Miguel getting around that table. And giving him that little gut buster. Logan Windsor trying to go Hulk mode on the outside, getting fired up right in front of the crowd. Miguel, can he put? He does, puts Matt Storm through a table again. That's not how you win this match, but it could be. You put somebody through a table, that really is going to take it out of them. Miguel rolling on the outside, going after Logan Windsor, and I don't know that I would have did that. I probably would have hung out because he was in control of Matt. But look at this, Matt. Did he just get the best of GC Rock? Matt Storm hitting him with the perfect storm, puts the pin on GC Rock. And it makes you wonder, was GC Rock just there trying to get back at the Lord? Miguel getting the pin on Logan. You look at the size difference, but that not mattering. And now either Matt Storm or Miguel going to win the Outlaw Championship title belt. And look, it's no lie. Like, we thought Miguel was going to get in here and take off faster than he did. But could this now be the catalyst to that? Matt Storm already sitting in a position, and he could challenge for this World Championship title belt, the Outlaw, or the Meltdown Championship at any time. He has the briefcase to do it. But could this be a move to give him an extra boost while going after that world title belt? Very well could be. Very well could be what he was going to try to do. Yeah, shout out to Witcher's dad. Hope everything, we've had her dad in our prayers for a little bit now, so hopefully everything's going well. And Matt Storm and Miguel, no strangers either. You know, they have met in the SSU before as well, now meeting over here in the TCW. Look at the damage to that corner post after Miguel got thrown into it, messing up that digital display a little bit. And I think, like, more than most wrestlers, Matt Storm understands who he's fighting against. So you saw a much slower pace when he was wrestling against like Logan Windsor, when he was wrestling against GC Rock. But understanding Miguel Morales, you can see he has absolutely picked up the pace, now doing everything he can to try and slow Miguel down. Goes for the pin. Is this going to be it? 1, 2. And Miguel able to kick out in 2, but look, you can see right now Miguel is going to have to get things going against Matt Storm if he wants to stay in this match. He has got to find an opening, find a hole, find a mistake, and then stay on top of Matt Storm to get this win. Both guys extremely tough wrestlers. Going back up top, we saw the same thing happen. Is he going to do it again, or is Matt Storm waiting on him? No, and I think Matt Storm saw it coming, but like just too exhausted to do anything, still able to kick out in one. But this is where Miguel is most dangerous. You know, on the outside against Miguel, I would say that that's where Matt Storm is the most dangerous. But now Miguel able to use the ring to his advantage. Oh, and Matt stopped it. You can see Miguel was about to get on a roll. But Matt Storm able to stop it, put the kibosh on it right there, rolls him up on top of the table. 1, 2. And Miguel still kicks out in 2. Now, you can see the absolute exhaustion on both these wrestlers' faces. Well, you can't see it, but you can feel it through the body movements of Miguel Morales. That mask covering the emotions of his face. And Miguel fakes getting out of the ring, uses those ring posts to get up. Oh, what is this? That is almost a smaller version of the Perfect Storm, but did Miguel just hurt his knee on the table right there? And that has got to be it. I thought, no, look, Matt Storm really getting after Miguel. Like, they're showing you why this is called the Outlaw Championship title belt. And Miguel didn't even see it coming. Perfect Storm. 1, 2, 3. And Matt Storm just became your Outlaw champion.
Here is your winner, and new Pro Wrestling Extreme Fighting Champion, the Captain, Matt Storm.
Now, it is crazy. We have seen Matt Storm try to go after this title before, only to be denied by R2K. Matt Storm, though, getting in the ring, finally getting his hands on the Outlaw Championship. How long, though, can he hold on to it? How long will that TCW Special Series title be in control by the TWO, by the Total World Order? That we're going to have to wait and find out. Now, we're getting into the part of the night where, yeah, we've had a few pretty long matches. We had one match go a lot faster than we thought it would, but now we are into almost the normalized part of the night. We're into the part where Digital Dogs putting the United States Tag Team title belts on the line against members representing the SSU, Kyle Graves, and a guy we know very well, Andrew Dubbs. Can they win those title belts tonight and have SSU wrestlers holding on to our United States Tag Team titles? But absolutely crazy. We've seen as soon as they're like, no, we're standing with the SSU, complete look changes, going a lot more streetish, going a lot more raw. But Digital Dogs, no stranger. He has wrestled over in the SSU as well, and Chilliwack. Now look, these guys, I was shocked when they won the title belt. You go back and watch the match, it didn't look like they were in the position to win, and they did it. Then they come out against other teams, and they have been destroying those teams. I have questioned every single time how they start the match. Why would they start it that way? Why did they do this? And every single time, They proved me wrong. They proved old Frankie Two Fingers wrong, and then go on to retain the title belts. Will they be able to retain them here tonight? We are going to see both the men's and the women's United States Tag Team title belts on the line. We are going to see both United States title belts on the line in the men and the women, and we are going to see Jay Savage, the owner of the SSU, in a non-title match against Drew Hawthorne, our Meltdown World Champion, in the main event. But look at the state of these two. These two got off to a rough start, but once Digital Dogs took over the TWO, renamed it the Total World Order, meaning like he doesn't care where they go. They are going to anybody's federation, trying to take over, trying to become the world champions or the tag team champions or whoever. Once he took that over, Chilliwack, again, newer to the wrestling, started struggling a little bit in the beginning, but now since teaming with Digital Dogs, even in his singles matches, has been very dominant. Will the domination continue here tonight against challengers from the SSU?
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the United States Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 472 pounds. The innovator, Andrew Dunn and Kyle Graves. The Infiltrators. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 612 pounds, the United States Tag Team Champions and the Universal Hardcore Champions, the Destroyer, Dino Dog, and the unpredictable Shin E. Bond, the NWO.
So here we go, title belts on the line, United States Tag Team title belts. And again, I'm not even going to question it this time. I question it every time Digital Dog starts a match. I'm like, you look at the size of the other guys, and I'm like, why wouldn't you have the speed against the speed? But Digital starting the match, trying to wear these guys down, and then Chili comes in with his speed while these guys are a little bit slower. They're like a half a step slower maybe because of getting worn down. But Digital typically will get control and then tag Chili in pretty quick. But will that be what they do here tonight? Oh, what is this? Well, that's an owie. That's what that is. Like if you were like me going like, what kind of move are these guys? Like an owie. It's the owie move. And look how much higher Andrew Dubs ends up flying because of the height of Digital Dogs. Oh, and Dubs sneaking it in there, but Chili able to stay on top right now of Kyle Graves. But I didn't think he'd be able to get in that tag that fast, but he hit flipped over and immediately dove for his tag partner. So getting his tag partner in this match, Kyle Graves, a little more fresh. But one good tag team move deserves another. And now Digital Dog's back in. But look, Kyle able to get out in time and then rolls out of the way. Digital goes to swing. It looked like he might have been trying to drop kick him, but what I think he was trying to do was get out of the way of the punch. So he jumps feet first, misses it, tries to get out of the ring, but Digital right back on top of him. But what a crazy, crazy turn of events. What is going on? Matt Storm, welcome to the show, brother. Digital pushing away Kyle Graves. An 8 count by the referee, but look, and that shows you how much faster Kyle Graves is than Digital Dog. But Digital's game isn't about speed. But Kyle's has got to be right now. Like, even if in other matches maybe it's not, right now it's got to be about speed. Kyle trying to get that tag over to Digital, or over to Dubs, but Digital making sure he doesn't. One. And still early on in the match, you can see the leader of the TWO just kind of feeling it out, seeing where we're at, then picking them up. And what cannonball backbreaker right there. And does Kyle even know that? I don't even think Kyle knows that Chili's the new legal wrestler. He knows now, but I don't think he knew then. He was trying to get out of the way. Now, we've also watched the TWO win by countout too. Sometimes they're just like, whatever, we can win this by countout. But this is the yin and the yang of Chilliwack and Digital Dogs. You've got a guy that will take it off the top ropes and do this and that, and you've got another guy that will put you through the ring. Like, one guy uses the ring and the other guy will put you through it. Yeah. Everything's coming up Matt Storm, you know what I mean? Andrew Dubs, though, getting back in, and I think Andrew realizes, like, hey, if we can isolate Chilliwack, this might be our best shot. Now, not that it's going to be easy to do, but if you gave Frankie Two Fingers a choice, am I going to fight Digital or Chili? I don't like either choice, but I'm probably fighting Chili, you know what I mean? Guys, while we got the chance, remember, drop the like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so miss any time we go live. Share out the show. Really helps the channel out. Oh, I thought Chili was going to take advantage and get that double team in. Instead, going for the pin. 2. But Dubs able to kick out in 2. And right now and already, the SSU wrestlers doing better than other wrestling teams have been doing against Chili and Digital. Yeah, I don't think that they're winning this thing by any means. I was like, he's got to be going for the pin. 1, 2. And I don't know how he did it, but Dubs finding a way to get that right shoulder blade back up off the mat. And Digital just showing you why he is the freight train that he is. One of the most feared men in the TCW. The largest man in TCW. And it might be getting set up right now for Dubs to be taking a ride. that's not his finisher, but god dog, it looks like it could be. And again, Dub's trying to fight back, but Digital staying on top of it. Digital exerting that force, exerting the power, showing you why he is the immovable object that he is. And this might be it unless Kyle Graves can get in and break up this pin. But Digital standing in, watching the work that they just did. And Digital Dogs and Chilliwack remain.
Here are your winners, and still United States Tag Team Champions, the Destroyer, Dino Dog, and the unpredictable Shin E-Bot.
Now it's just... It's just funny because you see that move, and this is what we start meaning when we're looking at algorithmic wrestling. When we start looking at stuff we do here and how it's different and why it's different. But you start looking at this. They did their finishing move, their tag team finishing move, where they went high and low, right? To get Digital into the thing. Digital goes for the pin. Chili gets out. He's not the leader of the TWO. Then they reverse it around, and now they do the same move, but Chili's going for the pin, and Digital stands in like the leader, watching over it, making sure the referee's going to count it out. And because he's standing in the ring, Kyle Graves does not get in the ring, and they end up coming out with the victory. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely crazy. Hats off to the still defending champions and finding a way to hold off the SSU from winning the United States Tag Team titles. Now, we talk about like the oldest tag teams. We talk about the oldest this and that. You guys are about to hear the Bark Squad go off. It's going to be amazing. But we talk about all this stuff, and then, because Mama's home. But the TWO women's faction's the oldest faction. They've been around since season 1, episode 8, I believe, and they have never split. They have never broken up. We've seen one person move in and back out. We've seen actually 2 people move in and out, but they have always been a faction. Now, this is probably the greatest entrance we have ever made. Between the pyrotechnics and the lights, you watch, everything is perfectly timed in this entrance. It is next level stuff, and I can't even do it now because they messed up all the pyrotechnics and all the lighting. But Penny making her way down to the ring right now. Penny and Lady Rock both getting the opportunity to go after the women's United States Tag Team title belts. You watch, she moves the bat, the lights go out. She moves it, they come back on. She moves the bat, the pyro hits. She moves it again, the lights come back on. What's going on, Herbie? Welcome to the show, brother. Tonight, however, kind of a new look right now also for Lady Rock. So, coming out separately right now, kind of almost matching each other a little bit, but coming out separately, able to see kind of the new look, the new outfit of Lady Rock. Will that translate, though, into a championship? Will that translate into something bigger? But the champions now making their way down to the ring, and we just updated their looks recently as well. But Kylie and Misty Watson coming down to the ring, Women's United States Championship, or champions, those title belts on the line here tonight. And we talked about, led by Heather D on the women's side, Digital Dogs leading it on the men's side. But again, you look at the core four, Misty, Kylie, Cheyenne, and Heather all together in the same faction for 7 seasons now. So we may have seen some things come and go. We may have seen this, that, and the other. But one staple that has remained has been this faction of women in the TWO. And these two have been absolutely dominating as well. So, you know, we talked about how Chilliwack and Digital Dogs have been dominating in the men's tag team division. Well, these two have been dominating in the women's division. These have been some quick matches that have happened, some fast things that have gone on.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's United States Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Pie and Lady Rock. And their opponents, the Women's United States Tag Team Champions, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson, and the Crusher, Kyle E. Watson, the NWO.
What's going on, Whisper Bagwell? Welcome to the show. Good to see you in the chat. It's funny, I was watching the LTV, I just said it the other day, but your character is my favorite, like, female character, like, very well done this year, like, one of the better ones I've seen in 2K25 on the LTD. So right now, again, tag team title belts on the line, and usually we see Misty starting out these matches. And that is what we're seeing here tonight. They usually leave Kylie more in that cleanup spot. And look at the, and you can tell that these two have been like tag team partners before, going after, like throwing in the thing. You see Kylie, you don't see a lot of teams doing it. We didn't even see it in the last, but with Digital and Chili, we didn't see them do it. But you see Kylie reaching out, you know, just throwing out some of the punches, keeping Penny off guard, making sure that Misty stays in control of the match, and already a 2 count. Like, are you kidding me? I wasn't kidding when I said these two have been dominant, so absolutely crazy. And if they can find a way, and we've seen them do it before, but if they can find a way to not let Penny even tag in or tag out, it's going to be a quick match. But Penny now trying to fight back through and probably trying to fight back to her own corner, but Kylie's saying no way. Right back over. Penny's still going to fight, but that could have been another double team move right there. Penny trying to sneak in a pin. And again, right back on top of it. Right back on top of it, not letting her be in control. It looked like she was going to turn things around and kind of get back in control of the match, but no. Instead, Kylie, huge clothesline. But Penny still not allowing her. Still not allowing her to get that double team move in, and now Wisely gets over to Lady Rock, gets her tagged in. So, looked like they tried to kind of isolate her in the ring by herself, but did not allow her to do that. Did not allow her to do that. Now, guys, we've already hit the ticket goal over there, even though it says 1 of 10. I know here in about 17 minutes we're going to get the countdown for for the ticket goal, but Witcher between Witcher. Well, and look at that. Speak of tickets, and tickets will appear. Solo buying his ticket, always buys tickets to the show, but Solo buying his ticket too, but Prime Time buying tickets today. Drew Hawthorne buying his tickets. They weren't in the middle of the live show, but they were for the last show and this show, buying $100 worth of tickets. Witcher buying tickets, Primetime buying tickets, so lots of tickets being bought for the show here today. Jay Savage going to be in the main event here tonight against the Meltdown World Champion. Title belt not on the line, but it is. So with the dual storylines going on both shows, you got to make sure you go over, subscribe to Solo Season Universe. His link is in the description right there, that second Nightbot one. Click on that. That'll get you over to his page. Subscribe to his channel. That way you stay up on everything TCW and SSU. Penny now dropping those boots right on there. And now Penny and Lady Rock starting to get back and forth, get the going back and forth, get that thing going to where they're not being dominated, but still, I mean, I am telling you, it is going to be a long road to hoe against the two of these women. Because look at that, one right jab, Penny back down, Misty walks over, tags Kylie back in. Kylie now, the legal person in the ring, goes, hooks the leg. And from that punch alone, I think Lady Rock knew, like, hey, things are not going to go well if I don't get in and get involved. Things aren't going to happen the right way if I don't get in and make sure things are happening. And Witcher 2 tonight buying memberships for 5 people in the chat, so Witcher on another level. Lady Rock trying to keep them in this match right now, but look, at the end of the day, you know, Penny trying to recover. Lady Rock is going to have to step up, kind of put the weight of this match on her shoulders and get them back in this thing. Can she do it? We're about to find out, but United States, Women's United States Tag Team title belts on the line. Kylie's like, hey, get back in that ring. Misty not able to recover in time, so maybe she threw her in just a little bit, and Misty has been taking big shot after big shot from Lady Rock, and that did it. So the mistake right there, Kylie not able to get in and break it up.
Here are your winners, and Lady Rock.
But not able to get in and break it up. Throws Lady Rock into the ring, but a little too soon. Like 1 second too soon. So Missy not able to recover in time. Lady Rock gets thrown in and almost gets handed the victory right there. So a misstep ends up costing the TWO the title belts. But look, the TWO in charge of that match. Like they were leading that match almost the entire way. And Lady Rock, just like we talked about, stepped up, able to almost sneak a win right there against Missy. Just absolutely caught off guard. And even Kylie, to some extent, must have been caught off guard, unable to get in and do it, break up that match in time. So, wow. Last 3 matches of the night. The brand new look of Melinda G and Rapencha getting ready to put the Women's United States title belt on the line here right now.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship.
But brand new look from Melinda, making her way down to the ring. Looking a lot more like business-esque right now. Like, little more straightforward, maybe a little bit more pissed off, maybe a little bit more wanting to prove whatever it is that she's wanting to prove. But again, we talked about it at the top of the show, kind of a dream match where you got Repentia defending the United States title belt against Melinda. So two of the toughest that we've got out there in the ring, one-on-one, womano y womano. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. You're going to see two similar styles with two vastly different movesets. Like both powerhouse style of wrestling, but two completely different movesets.
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, the Phantom Melissa J.G. And her opponent from Russia, the United States champion, the Russian gladiator,
The don't break a leg comment's a lot funnier if you knew the whole story. For those, if you know, you know what I mean? So here we go, brand new look, same style though. Things fixing to get real in the ring right now. So right away, and you can almost have guessed this, like these two wrestlers do know each other quite well. So both of them trying to hook up, both of them trying to get the better of the other one, trying to feel out how is this match going to go. More submission style wrestling? Is it going to be more ground and pound? Is it going to be something maybe going off the ropes? Don't know. What's going on, Blaze? Radio, welcome to the stream. That's Blaze. I started it and then I had to finish it. You know what I mean? I tried to stop myself and I couldn't. But owner of the LTD, go check out Blaze's channel. Blaze also a wrestler here in the TCW. But the other interesting thing about this match, you look at this, we have seen Repentia get off to fast starts. We have seen Melinda get off to fast starts. We have seen them get off to slow starts where they're absolutely dominated. Then they come back and they beat you and you're like, what just happened? And that's kind of what you're seeing right now. The back and forth of it all. But still kind of a slower pace, you know. So yeah, it is going back and forth, but both kind of trying to control the pacing of the match. When you're in big matches like this, that's exactly what you want to do. And even though Repentia's finishing move is the bloody gumdrop, she will come off the top rope in a very crazy way. It's not a thing that attacks the legs. So then you're like, well, then why is she going after the legs? You know what I mean? Well, Iffy's finishing move requires her to pick her up. So going after those legs might be weakening Iffy's finishing move here just a little bit. Might be weakening Melinda's finishing move here just a little bit. And now, not something like really known for doing it, but she knows her finishing move comes off that top rope. So she's just trying to say, hey, look, maybe I'll take you off the, my finishing move doesn't take you off the top rope, but maybe I'll just take you off the top rope. And look at the state of that. Melinda now goes, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And like that would have been a fitting way if you were going to beat. If you were going to beat Repentia, that would have been like a fitting way to like come back at it and be like, yeah, my finishing move's not off the top rope, but I just ended the match taking you off the top rope. And now, look, we've seen Melinda be doing some things in this match that we have not seen her ever do, and that is using the top rope against Repentia, taking her off the top rope, which that's normally what Repentia would be doing. And Repentia now trying to recover, but those are some big moves. Those are some tough moves to try to recover from and get things turned around. Now, if there's somebody that can do it, obviously it's going to be the champion. But again, this goes back to like who she's fighting and how she's fighting. We are seeing, I said it was going to be the same style, but obviously not the same style right now. But now Repentia trying to turn it around, trying to get back in control, maybe trying to set her up for that bloody gumdrop. But yeah, look, right now, putting her on the ground. Is she going to go up top? She is. But not the finisher, not the finishing move we thought was coming, but again, goes back off the top rope, stuff that we see. Now Melinda's, it looks like she might be out on her feet, and here it is, the bloody gumdrop, but Melinda had it scouted out, gets out of the way, and now Melinda trying to put an end to this match right now. 1, 2, 3. And I said it would have been fitting the other way.
Here is your winner, and new United States Champion, the Phantom Melissa J.G.
I said it would have been fitting the other way, but look, I'm telling you right now, unbelievable. You want to talk about somebody getting scouted. Melinda scouts it out, takes her off the top rope, uses the top rope against her, takes it off the second rope, does that stuff. Repentia turns it around, and then she sees it. She sees that start to happen. She stays down on the ground. Repentia goes up to the top rope, about to end the match. Great comeback. Goes to hit the bloody gumdrop, comes off the top rope. Melinda gets out of the way, and then bam, puts her right in the finisher, ending it for the 1, 2, 3. So hats off, congratulations, brand new United States Women's Champion. Now, lots of stuff going on in this next match. Lots of stuff happening. And this is what I mean. Yeah, there's the SSU and TCW implications in this match, but there's also Outbreak and Meltdown. JP was supposed to be, and is still supposed to be, on the Outbreak, but he was the current United States champion, so he has remained in and on the Meltdown brand. The Meltdown brand's been fighting JP to get it back, but now with another twist, JP representing the SSU as well. So now it's not just between the two brands. It still is, don't get me wrong. Meltdown trying to get back their United States title belt. But now TCW also trying to get the United States Championship out of the hands and off from around the waist of JP.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship.
Oh, that's not her, Iffy. It was going to be her, but now that I get it, I changed it back. Stick around. Part of the bonus I'll show you. We'll give a sneak peek preview to an exclusive wrestler being made for the LTD. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, Frankie Two Fingers is saying the same thing. I would pay good money for somebody that can get that belt off from around the waist of JP. JP has absolutely been dominating with that title belt. And also has the United States title belt and the world title belt over in the SSU. So JP absolutely dominating both federations right now. Will that change here tonight? Yeah, look, you know it, Digital, and I know it. It's Boom. Look, and the SSU coming out, showing you in force tonight. Out here with their man, JP, for this title defense. But yeah, JP at every turn, every time that Meltdown thought they were going to send him back to the Outbreak brand, JP has come out and dominated a match. JP came close losing one time, but dug down, found a way, and still held on to the United States title belt. Matt Storm had 2 chances to get it off from around his waist, couldn't do it. And it's not one of those things that's going to be like, oh, it's so easy. We obviously know JP, almost impossible to beat. And now having that boost as the United States champion and having the boost from the SSU titles on the show, not going to be easy to get that belt away from him. But if somebody can do it, it's Boom.
Introducing the challenger. From Cherry Hill, New Jersey, weighing in at 287 pounds, Boom! And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 203 pounds, the United States champion and the
got it, man.
The All-American JP.
Yeah, things change fast sometimes, you know what I mean? So here we go. How is it going to go? We have seen JP start off really quick in some matches, and then we've seen other matches where he does a thing. I wouldn't say like he's getting dominated by any stretch, but like where he's kind of feeling it out, feeling the match out. Is that what he's going to do here tonight? So far, it looks like he's trying to get off to kind of a quick start, trying to prove that, hey, the big red button, his finishing move is the real deal. Now trying to embarrass Boom, but not what I would do with Boom. Boom's a big guy. Probably not the way I would handle it, but we have seen JP be able to psychologically get into the heads of other wrestlers, and is that what he's doing here tonight? Is he trying to take Boom and throw Boom off of his game? Get Boom to take his eye off the prize? Now taking them, throwing them back in. And remember, champion's advantage does exist. Boom can win by countout. JP can lose by countout, but the belt will not change hands on a countout. So JP has got to be beaten inside the ring. There's got to be a 1, 2, 3. It's got to be a tap. It's got to be something of that nature. It cannot happen where the title belt changes hands on the countout. JP again going right back after him. And I think psychologically, Boom starting, maybe taking his eye off the prize, maybe starting to get mad where he's like, gonna start overthinking it, just wanting to punish JP. But JP, this is the stuff that he does. He's able to get in, maybe beat you physically, but always beat you psychologically. And you can tell too, JP knows the one thing, that Boom is a power wrestler, and so able to just control the pacing of the match, not allow Boom to really get rolling on the offense. And even there, where Boom started to get it turned back around, Boom went for the pin, and JP able to turn that thing right back around. And JP will start using the ring. Look, Boom got up, said, "Oh, I'm mad." JP's like, "I don't care. I don't care if you're mad or not." But it's going to take, and it would take some moves back to back, some big power moves, kind of knock the wind out of JP, kind of take that wind out of his sails, kind of knock his confidence level down a notch or two. Boom now goes, rolls the leg, 1, 2. And JP able to kick out in 2. Now look, that was 3 moves, and in 3 moves, Boom right back in this match. That is known as the Boom Shakalaka 2. And I thought that was all over about the cry, and I thought it was 3, but again, JP not being goated for no reason. JP able to kick out of the Boom Shakalaka. Thanks, brother. Really appreciate that. Solo buying some other people's tickets now, and we have seen once he does that move and does this next move, if he can get it in, if he can press the big red button, it is all over but the crying. 1, 2, and Boom turns around and kicks out of the big red button. He was like, "No, send the missiles back to where they came from. No nuclear option today," but I don't think JP is going to let that go. And he is setting up for it again. Does he have 2 big red buttons in him? Gets him down, and he gets it in, and that has got to be it. 1, 2, 3, and JP will retain the United States Championship.
Here is your winner, and still United States Champion, the All-American JP.
So the Meltdown brand still unable to get that title belt back from JP. The TCW promotion still unable to get that title belt away from JP. And you look at it and you see Boom, and you thought Boom at one point has it. Boom hits him with the Boom Shakalaka. Should be all over but the crying. But JP not crying, ends up kicking out of it, turning it back around. 2 big red buttons. 1 nuclear option denied. The second one would not be denied, and JP walks away as the United States champion. Now, no title belt on the line, but we know Jay Savage has been the Universal World Champion before. Not currently, but we know he has been. And now going up against a healthy Drew Hawthorne. Drew able to defend the Outbreak World title on 3 different occasions while being interesting. on 3, or while being injured. First guy to do it one time, he did it 3 times. Now, getting the clear by the doctors here tonight. Finally, clean bill of health.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Infiltrators. From Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 269 pounds, Jay the Savage.
So Jay Savage tonight, though, getting a shot at the Meltdown World Champion. Not the title belt, but still getting a shot at the man. Bragging rights right there. Say, hey, I've held the Universal title. I've beat the Meltdown World Champion. Can he do it here tonight? And Drew, you know, like, it's still going to be a problem. He's got the Lord Arthur Stevenson in his corner, who had an amazing showing here tonight in the Outlaw Championship match. One of the most brutal matches there is. But the Lord coming down tonight, want to make sure that no funny business is going on, that these guys get to fight one-on-one. And if any funny business happens, it's happening from his side, not coming from the TCW side.
Accompanied by the Phantom Melissa Jade G. From Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 273 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, gentlemen, Drew Harrington.
So look at that. You've got Drew Hawthorne coming down to the ring. The all-new, redesigned TCW Meltdown World Championship around the waist of Drew Hawthorne, and the brand new United States Women's Champion, Melinda G. So I'm saying, you guys got to get in. If you're not subscribed to the Solo Season Universe, you got to get in. There is a link in the description right below the Totes My Goat's name. Get in there, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of these back and forths that are going on between TCW and the SSU. And look, I'm just here to tell you, it's going to take a little while. We're getting ready to go into the Christmas season. TCU is going to shut it down for a couple of weeks before too long, but that is not going to stop drama from happening. So get over there, see what's going on. The next big dual pay-per-view event will be a Royal Rumble, where we are going to pit 15 SSU wrestlers against 15 TCW wrestlers. And we've talked about it all show long. What is the strategy going to be? Is the SSU going to send their worst wrestlers so that their best wrestlers don't have their contracts on the line? I doubt it. Is the TCW just going to send in their worst 15 wrestlers so that the best wrestlers' contracts aren't on the line? I know that's not going to happen. Like, I've got it on good authority to know that won't happen. So then what is the mix going to be? Who's going to be in that Rumble? Whose contracts are going to be on the line? We've explained it a couple times how that is going to work. It is going to be the first time a Royal Rumble event has ever happened the way these two promotions are about to put it on. The first time. It has never happened the way it's going to happen. It has never mattered. A Royal Rumble event has never mattered from position 1 through position 30. It only matters who wins it. Not in this one. It matters who eliminates who, how eliminates how, and why eliminates why. Every elimination absolutely is going to matter. Will your contract be on the line? Will their contracts be on the line? That's going to be what is determined at the next crossover pay-per-view event. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but title belts changing hands. There are some TCW guys. Look at this. Sneaking in there like it's a backhand, don't get me wrong, close fist backhand, but almost kind of based on some Mongolian chop type of stuff right there. And Solo has done these things where you cannot tell when that triple butterfly is coming. You cannot tell. He has got some mission holds out of that. He has got different throws, different slams, different strikes out of that butterfly maneuver. So you never know, when's he going to hit it? When is the tripletta really coming? Drew Hawthorne, on the other hand, has got his own stuff going on as well that you got to watch out for. And that, we have seen him win on that, but look, you saw the Lord reach in and break it up. Not allowing, will this give Solo a chance? Will this give Jay Savage a chance to get out of it? No, huge slam. 1, 2. But Savage able to kick out. And Drew, an absolute power wrestler, and that's why you can't let Drew Hawthorne stay in control. Look at this. It's not just a punch. It is a discus punch. So an absolute power wrestler, Solo, has got to find a way to get it turned around right now. Because Drew Hawthorne is starting to get on a roll. Savage now rolling out. If he backing up, the Lord backing up. Them wanting to make sure, like when you saw the Lord reach in, he was kind of hiding a little bit. The referee never saw him do it. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There could be contracts of people that don't expect to be where they're at. Witcher has made it known where she wants to be, but Weapon X, that's another one. If you don't know, Weapon X, an SSU wrestler. But look at this. Solo beat Totes My Goats. Why count out? And then Drew almost returned the favor, but Jay Savage able to recover in time and get back in the ring. But then you look at it, at what cost? Another huge slam, and I think that's why you see the Lord over there messing with the thing, because if Drew Hawthorne was to go for the pin right now, the referee would be nowhere around to count it out. Big elbow right there, and you're seeing this is starting to take its toll, but did Savage just set up Drew? Drew going in, Rot-Row Spaghettios. Rot-Row Spaghettios. It is the tripletta, the triple butterfly made famous by Jay Savage. Could that be the match? Could the champion get pinned right here? And Drew finding a way to kick out. And that, oh, this might be it. Can Savage fight out of it? I think Drew realizing what was on the line right there, maybe even scared him a little bit now. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And I think Jay Savage kind of showed you something right there.
Here's your winner, gentlemen, Drew Harrington.
I think Savage showed you something right there. Savage beating Totes on a countout in his show. And it was a quick match. It wasn't a slow match, but beat him by countout. Drew Hawthorne almost beating Solo then by countout, but Solo says, "Nuh-uh, not doing it, Jack." Got back in the ring, hits him with the tripletta. But again, was this match about beating Drew Hawthorne, or was it about wearing him down? Drew Hawthorne just coming off that injury, just fought through his first match back off of injury, through a pretty brutal match with Jay Savage. So, and Drew has been on a roll, has been the double world champion for a long time, but got injured, losing that one title belt, then comes back to fight this match. So, absolutely crazy. Hats off for Drew being able to beat him. But we have seen Jay Savage do some things that have had more than just the meaning of winning or losing a match. So what's the point to get in there and start weakening up the champion going in to the Royal Rumble event a little bit later on? No, that is for sure. Solo does lose better than most win. But an absolute crazy match right there. An absolute crazy show. We've been going at it for longer than most shows go on. So we are going to wrap it up here. But remember, I'm going to show you a new wrestler that will be exclusive to the LTD here coming up in a little bit. Let's look at the news and see if anything else might have been happening that we don't realize. Were there any injuries that could have happened that we didn't quite see coming? But a lot of new looks revealed here tonight. A lot of title belts were on the line there at the end. Melinda G getting her hands on that United States title belt. JP defending his opinion. Lady Rock beating the TWO women for the women's United States title belts. So lots of stuff going on. Yeah, Matt Storm winning the TCW Special Series Outlaw Championship as well. But see, we go through here. Herbie suffered an injury in his match. The Beast suffered a minor injury in his match. Ty Macklin suffered a minor injury in his match. Like Kyle Graves suffered a mild injury. We didn't know that one. Now, is that why maybe the tag team title belts went down the way that they went down? And Drew Hawthorne has been cleared by the medical staff. So lots of little things, man, going on in this thing. You got to be a part of both shows to know everything going on right now. A lot of back and forth, a lot of stuff happening. But, guys, that is going to do it for us here at the Totes My Goats Wrestling Network. So from all of us out here to all of you out there, do not let people determine who you are. Be the leaders of your community. Just because somebody was mean to you doesn't mean you need to be back with them. Maybe you show them the way. Maybe you show them how it should be. Maybe they get punched in the face. Like, I don't know. Only you know how that goes. But I would hope you would be able to show them that, hey, this is how you should act. Be the leaders and the pillars of your community that I know you are. An amazing community here. Come join us here. Be a part of it. Join the Discord. There is all kinds of links to the Discord in the chat. If you don't reach out to me, I can drop it in the comment section. Really appreciate everything you do. Thanks for buying all the tickets here tonight. And from all of us here to all of you out there, we will see all of you in the next one. Peace.